Okay everybody, today we're going to be making meatloaf, and first I'm going to go over the ingredients list. We're going to do 2 eggs, 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, and our seasonings right here are going to be 2 teaspoons of dried minced onions, 1 tablespoon of salt, teaspoon, sorry, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper right here, and then 3 cloves of garlic that we have crushed right here. And then, yeah, we've got our 1.5 pounds of ground beef right here. And first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mix your milk and your breadcrumbs right here.
Now, you're going to let those soak for a little bit. KB's doing this. Yeah, let that soak for a little bit. Okay, that's good.
And then next, we're going to put our ground beef in the bowl. Easy step. Just take it. Just that easy. And then you're going to want to add your eggs. Just put them in the bowl. Just get them out of the way. Right there. And then you're going to want to add your selected seasonings. Make sure to get as much of them in there as possible. You're going to want flavor in this thing, and then you're going to want to mix it all together. Make sure your hands are clean. You don't want to get anyone sick. And you're going to want to mix this for a while. It's going to get a little bit boring. So, yeah. Ooh, here's something good that I know my father has not done. If any of you guys if you guys know any good jokes, you should put them in the comments below after this video. That's something that would be interesting for us to go look at in the comments. So yeah.
Why don't you tell them about the glaze while you're mixing that up?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. The glaze we're going to be doing, after this step, we're going to be putting a glaze on the meatloaf.
Near the end of the cooking process.
Yeah. And we're going to be using 1/4 cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, and ½ a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce.
And that's going to be put on about the last 10 to 15 minutes. You want to tell them where the oven temperature and times are?
Oh, yeah. Once we get done with this, we're going to put the meatloaf in the oven, preheated to 375 degrees for an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 30, or until the internal temperature is 165 degrees.
Beautiful. And we're going to...
We're talking Fahrenheit.
Yeah. And we're going to throw some tin foil on the baking pan, so cleanup's a whole lot easier. All right, now you see how the breadcrumbs are starting to absorb the milk? KB, why don't you go ahead and put the breadcrumbs into your mixture and mix those in.
You're going to want to wash your hands after this too.
Yeah, you think?
Probably. Here.
Get your spatula. There you go. This is going to help hold moisture in the meatloaf. Nobody wants dry meatloaf. Not many people make meatloaf. It's got a real bad rap. And I think that's just because people, mix it all together good. People make it and it's dry or it's not flavorful. And by the way, this meatloaf, the way he described cooking it, hour 15 to hour 30 till temperature is at 165 in the oven. You can also take this same meatloaf and put it in a crock pot on high for 5 to 6 hours, or until your internal temperature is there. So you can cook while you're at work, or set it in there at lunch and have it for dinner, and it comes out just as delicious doing it that way in the crock pot, if you'd rather do it that way. Alright, KB, well, got everything mixed in real good there. Kind of looks like it. Alright folks, so now what we're going to do is or KB's going to, before he washes his hands, he's going to form this into your typical meatloaf loaf and throw it on the pan to put it in the oven, and we'll be right back. Folks, here's the loaf that KB did, and we threw some bacon on top for good measure. You can see the oven is preheated 375 degrees and the clock starts. We're going to check the temp at about an hour and 10 or so. Alright, we'll be back in just a bit.
Hey everybody, we're back. We're about to do the glaze. We got all the stuff laid out here. We actually double our recipe, and I'm gonna reread the list that way you guys know. The doubled recipe would be actually half a cup of ketchup, 4 tablespoons of Spoons, yes. 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of ground mustard is what it calls for, but we didn't know we were out. We actually had to change it. And what you're going to look to have to do is 1 tablespoon of ground mustard is equal to 1 tablespoon of prepared mustard, what we have here. And it doesn't really matter what type you use, whether it's regular yellow or Dijon, but we're using yellow. And what we're going to be doing is 2 tablespoons of mustard right here.
1 teaspoon ground equals 1 tablespoon prepared. There you go. Okay.
And 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce.
Okay.
Alright, and then we're just going to be mixing it all.
That, what do you call that thing, Laura?
Wonder Cup.
The Wonder Cup. That's a Pampered Chef Wonder Cup. Very cool little device.
Yep. And our mustard.
And this upside down little thing here, that's a Benjamin. Hi, Benjamin.
Put that all in there. Mustard is very hard to get into a bowl.
We should have a freakishly small spatula like Chef John on Food Wishes. He uses it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like his pet.
Alright.
Hi, Chef John.
Alright. I'm going to pour the Worcestershire sauce right there. And then
you're going to want to take that Worcestershire thing off there because you got to dump your brown sugar in.
Yeah, put that.
It won't taste as good with a piece of stainless steel in it.
Slippery, very slippery. Okay. And then I'm just going to rake those in there.
Smooth.
Very smooth. Okay. And then just going to mix it all up.
Whisk.
Whatever. Close enough. Get it all.
They wouldn't know what to do if we didn't pick on them. Alright. Yeah, work up on your sidewalls and stuff and get all that off of there.
I'm going to mix it all evenly.
Okay, folks, and we have the, we set the timer at 1 hour and 10 to check the internal temperature of this thing. So when that point gets here, we're going to check it. And if it's close, nearly there, that's when we're going to put this on, put it back in the oven for another 10 to 15. And that'll be all she wrote. And then we'll let it rest for 10, and then we will show you what it looks like. Alright, see you in a bit.
Everybody, we're about to do the glaze. We're going to be putting it on thick. You can see the indentation where our bacon was at. Yeah, there's our bacon. We're going to slather the glaze on nice and thick. And we're going to be using one of these thingies. I don't know what it's called. What's it called?
Kind of, yeah.
A baster?
Yeah, baster. They're a basting brush.
Yeah.
Just kind of pat it on. You don't have to. There you go. Kind of get it on there nice and thick.
I'm going to use it like a spoon more than a brush.
Yeah. Whatever works. We're going to put this back in the 375 degree oven for probably 10 to 15 more minutes. We're already at our internal temperature, which kind of concerns me because it didn't cook as long as I thought it was going to be. I'm trying to keep it from being dry. I think it's going to seal all the juices in. We'll find out when we cut it. When it comes out after 10 to 15 more to get this to set up, we're going to let it set for about 10 minutes, part of which it will continue to cook a little bit and the juices will redistribute all the way through it. And should be just pouring juice when we cut it. I guess we'll find out. And my wife's making homemade mashed potatoes and green beans to go along with it. So.
Oh, and something that's optional is our sauce. We didn't do this, but what you could do is you could add some bacon grease to this to, if you want to, if that's what you're interested in, give it more of a bacon flavor.
Yeah, nothing wrong with bacon flavor, man.
Yeah.
Come on, slather the rest on that real quick. You can actually probably pour it over. We're just looking for some more in the bottom to... There you go. Yeah. More glaze. There's always too little glaze. That's not going to be the problem here. Alright, now we're going to stick her back in the oven, and we'll get back to you when she's done. We'll show you the finished product, and then we'll turn the camera off, and once it rests, we'll cut it and turn the camera back on for that. We'll see how she comes out. Oh, by the way, the ingredients and the preparation and everything will be listed in the comments below the video. Folks, this is after 10 minutes in the oven. Let that glaze get a little bit warm, and now we wait. Let it rest 10 minutes and we'll be cutting it. putting it on a plate. Folks, this is the final deal. Look how, let me take this gravy spoon here for a second, get him out of the light. There we go. Look at the juice. Look at that, guys. No more dry meatloafs. Look at that just coming. Oh yeah, anyway, I can't wait. Alright, good job KB cooking the meatloaf and the mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, my wife came up with a great thing, and it's yummy. For every 1 cup of brown gravy you make, here, add 2 tablespoons of ketchup, and it makes a really yummy gravy to go over top of your meatloaf. Alright folks, well, thanks a bunch for watching, and if you see something you like, please like and subscribe and try this at home. You will like it.